Hello, Retrothon. Welcome to Dune 2, The Battle for Arrakis. So, quick background. A couple of months ago, RGLtv hosted DOS Cathlon, and, well, that was a really fun time. But a lot of the games were just sub-goals. Do 3 missions in Dune, 20 stages in Pushover, stuff like that. Most of the games were not full game runs. So after DOS Cathlon, I kind of wanted to take some of my favorite games from the list and do full game runs of them, explore them fully. So for this week, I've got 4 games that have been in previous DOS Cathlons, and they will all be full game runs. And this is the first one, probably my favorite from the previous DOS Cathlon, Dune 2, one of the earliest RTS games made. So first things first, pick our house. I'm doing House Harkonnen, and that's largely because Harkonnen was optimal for DOS Cathlon. Atreides are faster for the full game, largely because they're really overpowered. The Ordos are really underpowered. Harkonnen right in the middle. So time is going to begin when I say yes to joining House Harkonnen. So let's go in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, mission briefing. Mission 1, get 1,000 credits. Oh, it dinged down to 999. Let's restart the mission and then go. Oh hey, it didn't ding down again. Okay, so when you normally do this mission, you start with 1,000 credits, then it goes down to 999, and then that forces you to build a power plant, build a refinery, start playing the mission normally. But the goal of the mission is to get 1,000 credits, and you start with 1,000 credits. So after your money decays, restart, come back here, and it will start checking for mission completeness in about 2 minutes. So we've got a minute and a half here of doing pretty much nothing. So let's go over this. This is one of the earliest RTS games. Like, if you've heard of Command & Conquer, this predates that. In fact, Westwood Studios made this game, Dune 2, and then eventually upgraded the engine and went on later to create Command & Conquer from this engine. So let's go over some of the early weirdness of the engine. Units move faster when they're on screen. They move slower when they're off screen. So you're going to have to control that camera carefully. You can only select one unit at a time. One unit. So have fun listening to me selecting one unit at a time and ordering them all over the place. Try to use hotkeys when you can. You can do like A to attack, M to move, G to guard. You can see on the right there your options. One thing I didn't find out until recently is that the tab button can cycle through units on screen, which can help a little bit with the ordering units around. We should be finishing up mission 1 any second now. Yeah, this mission is free. There's 9 missions in total, but mission 1 absolutely free. And should be about now. Here we go. We did it. Hooray! We did it. We got 1,000 credits. Alright. You can choose different maps. They're basically going to be different layouts for the same mission. So, oh yes, I should note requirements for playing the game. You must be playing version 1.07, and you must not modify the game files in any way, with one exception. You are allowed to break the copy protection, which I have done, so I don't have to look up anything. So, mission 2. It's like mission 1, but more. Instead of doing 1,000 credits, you need 2,700 credits. So I'm starting building at my base, and the goal is going to be to build 3 refineries at my... Uh-oh, that's a badly placed refinery. I'll have to improvise somewhere. But yeah, you need 2,700 credits. So you start building your refineries, but in the meantime, I'm taking my units here and I'm sending them toward the enemy base. Why am I doing that? Well, if you're familiar with Command & Conquer, then you might know that you need engineers to take over buildings. Well, that didn't come into play until until later. For now, oh, this finished building. I need to place it. Yeah, I can't place a third refinery down there, so I'm gonna have to place it somewhere else and do something different. I am gonna be improvising. Well, so you don't have engineers to take over buildings. Instead, any trooper can do it, which means you send your starting force over here to start doing damage to the refinery. And you're going to take it over at some point. I'm going to send these two back because I should have enough money at this point to build an additional refinery. Yeah, each harvester can hold about 700... Uh-oh. This is not good. Okay. We're making this up. I was not doing damage to the refinery as quickly as I should have been, so I had to improvise by sending 3 troopers in instead of just 1. Your troopers will capture the building if it's red, but if it's above red, then it only does a little bit of damage at a time. Alright. Oh, and you make sure to capture the refinery while the harvester is in it. Oh, this is going to need to be repaired to green. You capture the refinery while the enemy harvester is in it, so you capture the harvester too. And then at this point, you basically need to wait for your harvesters to get enough money. Each harvester, when at 100%, will have 700 credits. So if you do the math, then it's going to be a little under 300% across all 4 harvesters. Let me think for a bit. 2600, no, 600 would require 300%, so since I'm 200 above that, I need 30 below, or 270%. But yeah, that's basically this mission. And so I mentioned earlier that units move faster when they're on screen. Harvesters are immune to that, they always move at full speed. So that's one nice thing. See, I might have to, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna send these guys back. It's time for everybody to go back. This might do it, I might be a little bit short. This is the true original RTS. The closest thing, I don't think it was the first ever RTS game ever made, but it basically kind of made the genre popular and kind of led to games like Command & Conquer, Warcraft. There we go. That's mission 2. Yeah, what Empty Eyes said. Okay, mission 3, middle. We're gonna rapidly send our force up and right. I'm not gonna bother with base building in this mission. So this mission, mission 3, is the reason that we were playing the Harkonnen house in Das Cathlon. That's largely because of the light vehicles that are available to you. The Harkonnens have the quads available to them from the very beginning. They have no such thing as a trike, so quads are a lot more powerful, and so that leads to this rushing strat for mission 3. I think for the other 2 houses, the rushing strat is to build up at base and get a refinery, but here, safety save, because sometimes I can mess up this part. But for the Harkonnens, they don't know what a trike is, so they always have the strongest units. Take that guy out. I'm a little farther down. Yeah, I'm gonna load because I'm actually not as far up as I should be. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. Safety saves are good. Safety saves will fix your mistakes. Alright, go further left. Good, here's the base. There's a light vehicle factory here, so we're gonna start damaging it down and then try to take it for ourselves. Another safety save just to make sure I don't mess this up.
Yes, moving out. Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting. Our base is under attack.
All right, I managed to take the light vehicle factory. Good. I'm gonna repair it up as much as I can. I'm actually not not doing as well as I usually do, but that's okay. That's a little bit expected. You take the light vehicle factory a little bit. Usually, in order to get the best units from a building, you have to upgrade that building a couple of times. But luckily for us, this building actually starts off upgraded, so we can start building quads immediately. Trikes are also available. Okay, you need to be targeting this building. You target the barracks immediately to prevent them from building troopers that will do damage to you. Build more trikes. But then, here, this guy is going to cause trouble. That's a quad. You want to damage down this construction yard and take it out before they rebuild their barracks. In version 1.07, the computer is pretty good about rebuilding stuff when it loses it, so take out the construction yard so they can't rebuild. And focus all your fire because they are repairing it. So you need to focus fire to make sure that they will not finish. Well, basically so you can out-damage the repairing. That's a little bit of an issue sometimes. I'm going to build 2 trikes rather than have 1 more quad. You want to take out the refinery next. Stop them from getting more funds back for repairing stuff. But yeah, that's mission 3. You rush, you take the factory, and then you build your destructive force from that factory. Alright, here we go. Refinery's down, so it should just be cleanup from here on. And yeah, I don't have any more money for building stuff, so we're just gonna send everything down to attack buildings. There's 2 power plants and 1 radar outpost left. And yeah, it really is best to concentrate fire when you can. They're probably still gonna be, uh-oh. Yeah, there are sandworms. But they can't get you on this hard rock here, so my units should be safe. And yeah, we can ignore this trike right here. Last building, once this building's destroyed, we'll be able to move on. And there we go. That's 3 missions down, 6 to go. The first 5 or so, the first 4, I don't know, the first missions are relatively easy, but it will get more difficult as it goes on. So, moving on to mission 4. Let's see, build that, start sending these units. From mission 4 onward, you are going to pretty much need to have a base every time you do something. Get the spice boom over here first so that your harvesters have something more to harvest, because you're going to build 3 refineries at base while you send this force to backdoor the enemy base. Now, there are parts of this that are going to be a little bit tricky, because although you have troopers, they are pretty powerful, they're pretty good. This is also the mission in which combat tanks are introduced, your first heavy vehicle, and quads really can't stand up to tanks very well. So if you're gonna rely on the same strat that you did for the previous mission and try to use quads, then you're gonna find that they fold under pressure pretty quickly. I'm gonna safety save here because this is a mission that I actually screw up quite often, and only recently I have found that I tend to have better success when I slow things down a little bit. There's a few units on screen here. There we go. take it slowly so that you're not force these guys to return. Take it slowly so that you're only aggroing a few units at a time. So far so good, but now send these guys forward. If they're hanging low enough, then they're going to aggro a combat tank, but I actually want that just because I tend to have a better time with this mission when the when this tank is aggroed and I take it out early. You know what? Okay, all the enemy units are aggroed on this squad. Okay, not anymore. Take out these troopers, and as much as I would like to just go straight for the enemy factory, more often than not that leads to me getting overwhelmed by units, so I do need to take these out just to make sure that I'm safe. This is actually kind of okay, because this tank has aggroed onto one of these quads. Oh shoot, that's a load. You don't want to destroy that. That's one of the things that's pretty easy to mess up. Okay, let's try this again. Shoutouts to the G-Funk. Thank you for that raid. Yeah, the G-Funk has been watching my streams a fair bit. So he's going to be really enjoying this game. But yeah, let's try this again. Send everything forward now. And looks like I'm going to have to concentrate on this tank anyways, so... Yeah, when you concentrate your fire, you end up... You're doing yourself a lot of favors just by taking out something that would normally be tough pretty quick. Okay, safety save again, just to be sure. Nope, that's not good. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm gonna have to send a lot of these guys back. There. Stop. Okay, perfect. Got it, finally. Yeah, you get this and you start building tanks, and it looks like it was pretty close to building a tank already. You need to go out and you two need to return. But yeah, this is a fairly dangerous mission, one that I have messed up many times. Uh-oh. Ooh! You gotta be careful with those harvesters, they are deadly. So, enemy harvesters, it's usually a pretty good strat to attack them when you can, but there's some stuff to keep in mind. So, attacking an enemy harvester won't bring down the wrath of God on you like it does in Command and Conquer. But it does, but if you happen to have attacked that harvester with troops, then you are going to end up having that harvester try to run you down. I don't know where this guy's trying to go, but I don't want him going. There's a lot of pre-placed units around the base, and getting near him tends to wake him up, so you don't want to wake him up. The construction yard is over here, and we're going to take it out first. But we have to get through this silo. I do need to take it out quick so that they don't rebuild their silo, because one dangerous thing that can happen is that they can rebuild their buildings over your units. So if your units happen to be there when they rebuild, then ouch, you lose 4 units. Order the harvesters to return early so that you're getting money even though they may not be full. Continue your building. There we go. We're starting to look pretty good for this mission now. We do have a couple of dangerous things to take care of. Their light vehicle factory is still around, and they are building quads, which will do some damage. So take out the light vehicle factory. But at the same time, they also have a barracks of sorts, which is building these bazooka troopers. There we go. And they tend to go straight for the factory. So take out this war barracks next if you can. You're probably aggroing all kinds of things if you're concentrating straight on the barracks. So take it out. And then back away. A lot of the pre-placed units have positions that they're trying to stay at, and if you back away far enough, then pre-placed units that come with the map will very likely go back to their starting position if you get far enough away. This tank appears to not be doing that, so let's take it out.
Harkonnen units destroyed. Enemy units destroyed.
You run them over.
Yes, acknowledge. Reporting. Affirmative. Enemy structure destroyed. Enemy units destroyed. Enemy structure
Okay,
destroyed.
one building left. Mission 4 was actually one of the ones that I was worried about just because of how often I had been messing it up in practice. Taking it slow and safe is, well, it will guarantee the mission generally. Outpost gone, and that's the last building.
Your mission.
Mission 5 is one that has gone through a lot of iteration. Oh, I did skip something in that mission. I don't know what the trigger for it is, but at some point during the mission, Sardaukar are supposed to arrive on screen and start attacking you. But you didn't see any of that, so I don't know what the trigger is. Maybe it's enough time, but it does lead to this cutscene where the Emperor is displeased that his Sardaukar were wasted. I mean, he claims it's a fair fight for Dune, but he's kind of actually against us. So, Mission 5, gone through many iterations. Pretty difficult mission, but I'm hoping that it will go okay. Send all the units downward. Uh-oh. But watch for this spice boom on the way of this tank. And I'm also sending my vehicles not straight down, but slightly to the right, because there's another spice boom right below near the bottom. At base, build 2 refineries and a radar.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative.
Oh yeah, keep your units on screen. They move faster when they're on screen. You do want to send these guys far enough down. The enemy base is on the far right of the screen, probably at about 4 o'clock or so.
Construction complete.
1 refinery, 2nd refinery. Watch this top unit. There is another spice boom along the way, and you know what? I will safety save just to make sure it doesn't get me. But there's a spice boom right here. If your unit runs over it, your unit will get destroyed. Okay, yeah, this is far enough, right? So I will go ahead and safety save again as I build this refinery and then build a radar outpost. Radar outpost is a prerequisite for building base turrets. They're going to be a part of the strategy. And it's really good that the harvester is visible now, because that means I can destroy it. When you manage to destroy the enemy harvester quick enough, that's going to do some things with the enemy base. The enemy will act as if they have no money, which means they will not repair their buildings. Whoa. Okay. So that quad goes up there to attack the turret and then runs away. It runs away because doing that will bait several rocket launchers out. Yeah, these rocket launchers are a little bit of it. Did I go too far south? I think I might have. No, I did not go too far south. Okay, get these two back because I need to start building a cannon turret. I'll make a second save just in case. So this turret is at yellow, which means I only need one tank to damage it down. One more hit. Okay. Ooh, whoa, just in time. Ideally, I would have repaired that turret and then kept it, but managing to build another turret on top is a good second prize. So yeah, you build the turrets here. Since I've baited a lot of the launchers, they're going to be within turret range of these. Rocket launchers have very far range and do a lot of damage to buildings when they hit. Well, they do a lot of damage when they hit, period. They're just not very likely to hit unless you're hitting a building. Alright. Alright, I'll go ahead and take a quad and bait out another rocket launcher because not all of the dangerous rocket launchers have been gotten. There's another one right about here. Attack it once and then run away. The rocket launcher has a pretty far range, but it's not infinite, and it will try to chase down the quad as you go. And it managed to get the quad, but that's fine because I managed to get the rocket launcher. I still have one more set of troopers, and you know what? Let's have this tank take out the harvester to stop him from continuing to do anything at all. We'll take out this turret. It's a little bit of a problem, but then we're going to have these guys start to do damage to this war factory, and I can do another safety save. Take the war factory, start repairing it. So, I didn't start with any rocket launchers, but here's a really nice thing. So you'd normally have to upgrade the heavy vehicle factory 2 times in order to get rocket launchers. But this heavy vehicle factory, naturally, is already upgraded, so we can start building rocket launchers immediately. And I will go ahead and take out this light vehicle factory to stop them from building anything with it. Aha, I think I need to place another one of these just to be sure. Okay. Once you have 2 rocket launchers, you'll start to be able to take out most buildings. One rocket launcher might have a little bit of difficulty out damaging the computer's ability to repair, but 2 rocket launchers can out damage. So, whoa, I thought I took out the construction yard. Did I not do that? Okay, well, let's take out that construction yard before they rebuild any turrets. Alright, good. There's a refinery up here that I would like to deal with. Oh, there's a rocket launcher here that I left alive. Yeah, you can see just how good rocket launchers are at actually destroying buildings. Just 2 of them will do the job. This guy's not harvesting. But we're going to end up with enough money to build like 5 or 6 of these things at least. Here, repair this building. One thing I didn't mention is that buildings will be more efficient if they have more health. Vehicle factories will build more quickly. Refineries will bring in money more quickly. Okay, there we go. Got the refinery up there. That's one of the hardest buildings to get, and I did lose a rocket launcher trying to get it, but that's the hardest building to get. It's all just cleanup from here.
Our base is under attack. Atreides units destroyed.
There's also a repair facility to the left here. In fact, it's right about here, and that's going to be our last building.
Harkonnen units destroyed.
And got it. That's it for mission 5.
Your mission.
That was about 8.5 minutes on my split. That's really quick. That was a really good mission 5. Mission 6 is going to be when we start getting into missions where I haven't been able to fully practice all the strats, and so I'm having to use kind of backup strats or safety strats or just all around. I don't know. I find missions 6 and 7 to be pretty rough.
Construction complete.
So we'll just. That is not what I'm supposed to be building. Thankfully, buildings that I cancel get refunded, so I didn't lose any credits by doing that. Mission 6 is tricky. You start with a rocket launcher. The enemy doesn't have any rocket launchers. I think you fight the Ordos in this mission, and one of the reasons that the Ordos are so bad is because they just don't get rocket launchers except by starport. Speaking of which, this is the first mission that has starports. The starport is going to be your speedrun friend. The starport is great. The starport is awesome. Let's go ahead and safety save here. The first thing I need to do, find their harvester if I can. There's their harvester. Got him. Okay, you, back off. Okay, siege tank has aggroed onto that quad, so, uh-oh. Darn. I was hoping it would go further. Yeah, this mission introduces siege tanks, which kind of make your regular tanks look not very good. Siege tanks are rather dangerous, and in fact, having... Okay, we're fine here. Oh. I slowed down at my base. Okay, starport. You can order all kinds of units here. They vary in price, so it's a little bit volatile. But it's not truly random. So, like, at the beginning of this mission, the harvesters will always cost 180, which is on the cheaper end. It's cheaper than a harvester normally is, but the price varies and fluctuates. We'll do another safety save here. What I wanted to do was aggro the troopers. That's going to get them coming to me. But in the meantime, I'm going to put the rocket launcher here and start attacking this rocket turret. This rocket turret is going to be in the way when I want to eventually go through the rest of this base. Yeah, well, we're going to be running into one of the weaknesses of rocket launchers here. For most buildings, they can hit them pretty well, but the smaller the thing they're targeting, the more likely they are to miss. And these rocket turrets, rocket launchers have a really difficult time hitting them. When they hit, they do a lot of damage. But you're just not likely to hit them. It's all RNG. You take out the rocket turret first. You're trying to take it out before the enemy gets it. Good. Perfect. Before the enemy gets any money to start repairing it. Next, you take out this one and only construction yard. One of the reasons this map is chosen is because there's only one construction yard on this map. The other versions of Mission 6 have 2 construction yards. And yeah, you can see that construction yard being repaired, so I'm actually gonna help out with this tank right here. These guys need to return pretty soon. In fact, I'm gonna send that guy back now. Okay, perfect. Now they can't build anything back, so you start picking this stuff off. In the meantime, back at base, I need to start building up more of my forces, because one rocket launcher is not going to do it. You need a lot more than that. So, start ordering. Yeah, one downside to the starport, apart from the fluctuating prices and the units possibly ending up more expensive, is that you order and you're gonna have to wait for the order to arrive. Yeah, they don't do overnight shipping. And looks like I can't afford a second rocket launcher just yet. Uh-oh. You back off. Don't follow.
Frigate has arrived. Enemy structure destroyed. Acknowledged.
I'll go ahead and take that. Good.
Acknowledged. Ordos units destroyed.
So this siege tank is awake. Okay, good. I managed to leash far enough back that it didn't want to keep up the chase.
Warning, Ordos units approaching. Affirmative. Harkonnen harvester deployed. Affirmative. Report. Acknowledged.
Yeah, this guy's taking a while to get up here. Another possible weakness to... What was... Oh. Ordos unit destroyed. Okay. Another possible weakness to the starport is that I'm eventually going to run out of units to order. The starport is not infinite in its capacity. Let's try to take this barracks out if we can. Send these guys up. 4 rocket launches is enough. Unfortunately, we can't afford to lose any of them, so I'm going to start ordering some combat tanks now. The starport is out of rocket launchers. I can't order anymore. Now, every once in a while, the starport is going to get a refill. Oh, you know what? You are way too far up here. There, that'll do it. Okay, I'm going to use this quad to explore the enemy. Keep it on screen. The base defenses still shoot at regular speeds off screen. Oh, looks like I got everything down here. Okay. Yeah. Base defenses still shoot at regular speeds off screen. So if you send your units near the base defenses, but then bring the camera away, you're probably gonna lose those units as they just sit still, not moving away from the defenses. Now there are 2 bases, so it's not enough to destroy this one. You do not go down. There's one more power plant over here. So, ooh, rocket launcher. That's good luck. Alright. But it's time for me to think about getting to the other enemy base. And there is a line to get there without hitting any base defenses. Maybe by going diagonal along here on the map. But the way I'm used to doing it is trying to go behind here. And there's a bunch of siege tanks on the left side that are going to... that are going to aggro when I send my units through, and I don't want to deal with them, I just want to run through. One nice thing you can do with the starport, right before the frigate arrives, you can order more units, and then those units will end up in the frigate that arrives. Pretty convenient, that.
Harkonnen units deployed. Harkonnen harvester deployed.
I will try for a few more quads, probably the last order, and these next few quads, probably unnecessary. I can probably finish the mission with what I have. But safety first. This mission is a little bit scary for me. It's pretty easy for me to lose all my units if I do something dumb. What's going on? Yeah, I heard a rocket launcher shooting.
Frigate has arrived.
The quads are not there to do damage. The quads are there to act as bait.
Harkonnen units deployed.
So I'm gonna go ahead and send these guys up then.
Harkonnen units deployed.
You can order siege tanks from a starport, but not in this mission. To get siege tanks in this mission, you would have to build a heavy vehicle factory and then upgrade it 3 times. Pretty difficult to do. Alright, safety save, because it's time to start sending these guys through. Well, maybe not quite yet. I think there's a power plant over here. Hold on, let's save just to be sure, but I think there's a power plant right here. Yeah, there is. Okay. So we'll go ahead and take it out. Then a full health quad is going to act as bait for these siege tanks. You send that along, and then as everything is distracted, you send everything else. Bring your rocket launchers upward to make sure that they don't get within turret range. But anything else, you don't really care too much. You need to stop going down. Okay, I think that's most units through. This quad, you are going to attack that, and you are going to attack that. They're going to act as bait to keep these siege tanks here while everything else goes back. The siege tanks will eventually go back on their own if everything's out of range. Okay, that's all 5 rocket launches. Perfect. This is more than enough to deal with this. This quad is the closest to full health, so the quad is going to go down and bait a siege tank back so that the siege tank won't cause me any trouble. Baited the trooper, attack the siege tank, and then run away. The quad did take a lot of damage, but that is perfectly fine with me, because now the siege tank is here and gonna take all these rockets. Alright, so coming over to this left base from behind, this base does not have a construction yard, which is good, but it has a heavy vehicle factory and a barracks, which is bad. So start sending these rocket launchers forward to take some of this stuff out. Alright, oops. This tank aggroed this rocket turret. Take out this barracks. Okay. And yeah, it's basically clean up from here. I will go ahead and safety save just to make sure I don't mess this up. There are plenty of rocket turrets at this base that, if you're careless with them, they will start picking off all your units. If my base is under attack, then let's go ahead and order quads and trikes just to make sure that won't be an issue. But I should be able to finish this mission before they become a problem. There's a refine. Uh-oh. This guy went too far down. Refineries are a lot more difficult to hit than the size of the building would imply. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and rush this rocket turret now. Partly to see if I can take it out, and if I can't, then, well, they will act as a distraction while I take out the rest of these buildings. But ideally, I take out the rocket turret.
Harkonnen units destroyed. Acknowledged. Harkonnen units destroyed.
Maybe.
Acknowledged. Harkonnen units destroyed. Acknowledged. Reporting. Enemy structure.
Yeah, I think that's worth a load, because that really did not go well. Rocket turrets are just all around bad news. Really difficult for your rocket turrets to hit, and uh-oh.
Warning, Ordos units approaching. Report affirmative. Affirmative. Harkonnen units destroyed. Reporting. Harkonnen units destroyed.
Alright, I don't know if that's gonna be okay, because I did manage to get the thing, but I lost several of my rocket turrets doing that.
Moving out. Harkonnen units destroyed. Report.
Yeah, this bit sometimes is really difficult. Did I...
Reporting. Affirmative. Report. Affirmative. Harkonnen units destroyed. Report. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting. Report. Acknowledged. Harkonnen units destroyed.
Yeah, this mission is a little bit tough.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Report. Affirmative. Frigate has arrived. Acknowledged. Harkonnen units deployed. Harkonnen units deployed. Harkonnen units deployed.
There's a rocket launcher here. It probably did more damage to my buildings than the quad did.
Report. Acknowledged. Harkonnen units deployed. Harkonnen units deployed. Our base is under attack.
Come on, one more.
Report. Acknowledged. Report. Reporting. Acknowledged. Enemy.
Now for the refinery.
Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative.